All right, what is going on? Listen, I am super excited to do this video, guys. Super excited for you guys to hear this insane information. Nina, you know what? This morning when I woke up to the text from you with what you sent to me, I literally, you would have thought that that was a text for me. And so I can't wait to share with people everything that has just happened. Real quick, introduce yourself, tell them your story real quick so we can get this going.
So my name is Nina Moore, and I'm a wife, a mom. You guys, I've got grown kids and a 9-year-old, 35, 30, 24, and 9. A wonderful husband named Paul, you guys, 2 grandkids. I'm a former hairstylist, 27 years. And I found the profession of network marketing found me when I was really broke and broken, obese, depressed, going through a divorce in 2008. And this profession has 100% totally changed my life. It saved my life and it changed my life. And I'm so grateful to have met you back in 2014 when you were like a little kid. You were like a kid to me. I mean,
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. Yes, yes.
you really were a kid. Like I remember saying, "Oh, she's way taller than me," but that's why I call you like big little sis, because
Right.
you're really young enough to be one of my children.
Yeah.
But I respect you like
Thank you so
we're well, actually, I actually respect you like you to Michael Jordan, even though I'll be telling you I'm the Michael Jordan.
And you are.
But you know what, Stanisha, this morning I was so mad that I knew you were asleep when I was
Yeah.
sending you that text message. But like I had tears in my eyes when I sent
I'm sure you did.
I did. And you know the story, you know how tough
I
it's
do.
been for me
Mhm.
in this industry. And I think it's tougher for women in a lot of industries when we work as hard as you and I do.
Yeah.
And I believe that we're amongst the top 5 women
Period.
in network marketing that work
Period.
as hard as we do. We've
Period.
always had to build, 2 legs of business, and
Period.
we never looked for a handout. So it was never
Right.
like a complaint. I just
Period.
started learning some things about the industry, right? But
Yeah.
I never asked for a handout. I'm always going to come and play my part. But I saw a gift in you. You saw a gift in me when we were both very guarded because
Yes.
of just some of the things that we had gone through in life and in the industry.
Mhm.
And the timing just was never right for you and
Never.
I. We were either going in something or coming out of something. And I remember sending you a message. I didn't know what God had in store. And you were like, I'm about to do this, need just like so. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And I want to do that. I ain't going to talk about the product. And I was like, well, I'll just lock. I'm not putting no money in there, Stanisha. I'll lock it because you're very persuasive.
Yeah.
You're very
I
persuasive.
like to think I'm okay.
You're lying. All right. No lies and deception. She's very persuasive. And I am grateful that I did. I locked a
Yeah.
free spot at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for all of the people, I hope they're listening because everything we're saying is really a form of training. And
Yes.
I locked a free spot that I needed to come back to.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't that crazy? When I didn't even know I was going to need it at the time. But when I sent you that message this morning, which is why it was like, girl, like, I know you sleep, but like, oh my God. And not that here's the deal. What God has done in this last, 5-6 months we've been here, but especially in the last month, right?
I can't wait to share it.
$48,941 for the month. Not even that's not including my retail, which we had an incredible retail month.
Let's just give God a little bit of praise real quick.
Girl, I 30-second praise.
No, really. We just give God a little bit of praise. No, seriously.
No,
Let me say this to you. If anyone deserves that check, it's you. If anyone deserves the check, it's you. No matter what, every single day you get up and you get to work. Every single day you get up. Like the thing about it that's so crazy is I remember telling one of my friends because I always knew how good you were. Like I never judged off of even though you've hit all the top ranks, that in the industry of network marketing, I never cared about that. Like titles are so flabbergasted. What I always have looked for, maybe from being an ex-professional athlete, is how hard somebody works. And so for me, I always tell people this. if you had to recruit a starting five, would you pick yourself? And I will 100% pick myself, and I will 100% pick you. Because I remember doing a training one time and I said, you need people that if you get in the gym at 6 a.m., then they'll be there at 5:30 a.m. And you are that person. So now I don't want to start preaching either. And I could understand you having tears in your eyes. Because let me tell you something. I want everybody to screenshot this. Within the next 6 months, you'll have your first six-figure month. And I don't think it's for any other reason besides the fact of our partnership. I believe that you should have had a six-figure month 6 years ago, because first of all, no one works as hard as you. But I told you when we partnered together, and I said, if we keep the atmosphere clear, me and you are both very competitive and bulldogs. But it's something about connecting with genuinely good people. I might not be perfect because I'm not. But I know one thing, that I want you to win just as bad as you want me to win. And even whatever happens, we always knew from the first time I ever shared a room with you in Canada, I'm like, that's my girl. Like, we can have our spits and spats, but at the end of the day, genuinely in the heart, I know you want me to do well and I want you to do well. So now let's have a conversation. Yeah. Because there are people crying. Yeah, you should have your moment for a second though. Like when you take it all the way back to the beginning of network marketing, people on the stage, they making 30,000 and 40,000 a month. And you were excited about whatever it is that you had. And now to fast forward to 2023, I know you've made 50,000 in a month before, but it's only been 6 months that you've have a $50,000 month. How do you feel? Like, don't even talk to them. We want to know how you feel.
When I think about just in general, like how hard life has been, I'm one of those people that nothing has ever come easy for me. And, you know, sometimes you look at people and you're like, well, why they get that like that? Why? Well, why? And not in an envious way.
Yeah.
But just like, dang, you know,
right.
Watching other people be set up for success, so to speak, you know.
Yes.
And I've had my largest month was $58,000 in network marketing, but it took me almost a year, like over a year to get there. And I spent, and let's be for real, I spent probably 20,000 to get that.
We know, right?
It didn't happen. Like, honestly, I swear to you, like when I'm calling you, when I'm messaging you, like what my volume is, it's not for me. It's I'm not just thinking about me. Like, honestly, Stanisha, you gotta, and Paul will validate this. I just be like, we gotta get back here because I want to make sure Stanisha is good. Like, she works hard and she deserves this. And so when we're closing out, like when we're making sure we get where we gotta be, it's not for Nina. I am a team player, like 100%. And so when the closeouts are happening, I'm not just thinking about Nina. I'm thinking about what person can go silver to make sure that they got groceries this week. What person can go gold to make sure that they can put, you know, gas in their car. Ultimately, I want to make you proud. I want to make God proud. I want my kids to be proud of me. You know, I want the organization to thrive. I want Be Epic to thrive. I believe in and his vision and the fact that he don't care about money. Like, money is not his driving force.
Right.
I'm literally always competing with myself every single day. So to see that sitting in the back office, even though you screamed at me, it was like, get that money out your back office. $48,941.
And you spent a little bit of that.
Yeah, we did. So that's not even, honestly, y'all, it would have, last month was my biggest month in network marketing, but because we didn't let it all sit there, people aren't, it was higher than a $57,000. It was, but you know, you play such a big part, because I've never partnered with someone who wasn't mad at me for winning. like wasn't
Right.
mad at me for being on a leaderboard, and 100% has celebrated every
Mhm.
victory with
Mhm.
me like it was your
Mhm.
own. You
Mhm.
know, I've
Mhm.
never had that. And
Mhm.
also like the sidelines, like there, I don't feel, even if there is, and you know what, there's sometimes that natural, like, well, dang, we the same age. I get it. There's that natural thing that like,
Yeah.
God, you know, but I don't feel that from even the women that I'm serving. You know, I
Yeah,
don't call it my team, I call it our team. Um,
exactly.
I feel like I'm the beacon. I would want to feel like I'm the beacon of ray of light or hope for every
Yeah.
woman at 45,
Yeah.
50, 51,
Yeah.
55, 60.
Yeah.
Age is nothing but a number. And
Mhm.
I remain the student all the time.
Mhm.
If you don't hear
Mhm.
anything else from me, I remain the student all the time. And I am just so grateful that I and did you laugh when I said that you finally listened to me when I was like called?
You know, the problem that I had, because I always loved and respected, and it was so much going on. This is why I just encourage people to not care about what other people think. Because I didn't care what people thought. It was like, dag, now I had to call all these people, get them to come. Like it was a lot. But you know what I said, Nina? I said, you know what? If my destiny is tied into what other people think about me, I'm not going to make it. And if my purpose, I wrote something about this yesterday. If my purpose is also tied into if someone says yes or not, I'm not going to make it either. So the bottom line is for me to just have a vision, have a mission, and fuel it. But I want to say that I appreciate you because, you know, it's hard to work with like in this industry that we're in. People talk all the unity and sisterhood, whatever. It don't be that. But I made sure in the door, and I know that you did too, that we made sure that if it was any, not malice, but just we cleared the air. Like, let's just keep the air clear. Like, I'm gonna rock with you, you gonna rock with me. And I appreciate you because you do, and I listen to you too. We coach each other in different things. That's the only way an alliance can be formed. But I was concerned when I first partnered with you because I know you're a bull. And I was listening to a training with Michael Jordan, and you remind me of like you are a Jordan 100%, but as a partner, you will remind me of you can't put a saddle on a bull. You just can't. And so what you do is what you do. And I've never seen anybody do it like you do. And so when I think about forming a perfect starting five, I would 100% put you in my starting five. If I could pick from any leaders in the industry, I would put you in my top five. And I just think it's insane. The biggest month the network market. Well, if you did it last month, that was only 5 months in.
That was only 5 months.
And that was 5 months in. And I want to, and so real quick, if y'all can't see this text message, I want to show it to you because I was still asleep, so I didn't respond to her. And I don't know if y'all can see that good, but it said, "Girl, thank you. I'm so glad you listened. I told you I listened. I'm so glad you listened to me when I told you to please call Dan." What was happening is we were in a situation. I'm like, this sucks. Like, I'm gonna start my church and get some offering or something because this is and Nina was like, well, so what would we do? And I said, out of everything that I've looked at, the only opportunity to me that seems fair to people, I'm not saying there's not other great opportunities, but what fits our organization was where I had come from. And I had taken it for granted almost, the compensation plan, the price of the products. And I told Nina, I was like, well, the only place that I would ever go back, or I'm about to get a job at Walmart, is with Dan. I didn't say a company name. That's why you hear her saying, you better call Dan. She said, well, you need to call Dan. And so we kind of thought about it for like 3 to 4 weeks. And then I was playing with in my head, like, I can't do that. And I'm like, you know what? She was like, you need to call. She FaceTimed me and she was like, now you need to listen to me. I'm older than you.
That's what
I'm
I
like,
said.
what? She was like, call Dan. I think she probably has seen the last check for the last time and said this.
That last check, I was like, you know what?
Nina.
Hold on.
Well, at the time, that wasn't, I had the people don't understand what leaders go through. My organization was like, sis, like I didn't even have no more money to loan out to people because I had loaned out so much freaking money. And I told you the only thing that makes sense where I know people can make money is in Be Epic with Dan or whatever comp plan he puts together.
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't even know the name of the company. I just was like Dan. You know, Dan is very fair, but Dan is like, so he's very fair. He's very kind, very generous, but you better put them numbers up on the board. And I remember Dan saying to me last month when he told me, like, because he was always asking me to like update him on what I was earning.
And
I sent it the month before, and he told me what my number was projecting, what he told me for last month rather. And I was like, no problem. Well, when I sent him the text message this morning rather, I was like, Dan, I did it.
So let me ask you that you have the same experience I had. When he was texting you, was he pushing you towards more money? Like saying you could do this, you could do this?
So he told me today when I sent it to him, he was like, now add a 0 to that in 6 months.
You know, that's what happened to me. Dan texted me and said, I wanted the 6 figures a month so bad. And he texted me and he was like, well, just do this and you could do it. And it's like, I've never partnered with a business partner that's pushing you to take money from him.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And he not only he's sending me things like I told him that I was like, Dan, did you see the pink G-Wagon? Because Dan is a dreamer.
He is.
He's a visionary. He's a dreamer. And so I was like, Dan, did you see the pink G-Wagon? And he was like, I haven't seen it. And I was like, I have. Like that in Philly. He's like, send it to me. Send it to me. He said, I'm going to find it for you.
Yeah.
And so I said, oh my God. So I sent it to him and he sent me a message saying, Nina, it's closer than you think.
Yep.
He sent me a video to watch about it's closer than you think. Ed Milet talks about it being closer than you think. And everything that you desire, you think it's so far away, but it's really closer than you think. When you are doing the work, not just the physical work, but the work spiritually first.
Yes.
When you do the spiritual work, everything else falls in place. And you and I knew that from day one that this was a spiritual connection.
Yes.
Both of us, like, we do nothing without seeking God first. When we go quiet, it's because we're looking for God to send the answers.
Yes.
And even, Sunita, I think about it when we're messaging people, I literally am like, God, soften their heart before I reach out to them, because this is not about me, but that thy will be done. I want people to feel the essence of the birthright that God has given to us. And even before you spoke at conference, which was so profound, right? It was simple. It wasn't complex, but it was profound. It was heavy in a good way. I have been telling the team, like, why are we seeking externally for what God has already given us? Right? And literally, you have pushed me to, this is my $1 million playbook. You have literally pushed me, like, literally, there's nowhere I can go where I'm not seeing the $1 million play in my applications. The million, like this one, I wanted it hardcover so that this is not going to get beat up, worn and torn and ripped and dot. No, this is the $1 million playbook. Come on. And every day I am so happy and grateful. And the thing is, when I say that I'm
Nina, hold on. Explain to the people that are watching this, because we need to inspire. Explain to them the psychology of the $1 million playbook. Tell them exactly what it is.
Well, you have what you see. Like, you have to see it and see it and see it and see it. And when you can see it, you can seize it. You have to see it before you can see it so that you can seize it. And so literally I am manifesting. And it's so crazy because since we've been practicing the law, right? I don't even call it a law, right? Practicing manifestation and declaration of what God's word already says that we have access to, right? The access has been granted. And everything that I speak in power with authority is coming to pass. I want a team in Hawaii, Lord. Boom. Lord, I want an international team. I'm so happy and grateful that my team is expanding into Australia, into South Africa. And literally, It hasn't even been, it's the Bible says that when we're talking about the word of God in Amos 9:3, right? Literally, yes, indeed, it won't be long now.
I promise you it won't be.
Right? And literally, we speak it, boom. It's like that song that they're all over TikTok. I see it, I say it, I like it, I want it. And literally, so this is the millionaire play, the $1 million play. I am speaking those things that are not as though they are. I am speaking them as if this is what I am happy. I'm so happy and grateful that I'm earning $100,000 a month in my Be Epic business, right? Very specific. This is not until eternity. This is the immediate goal.
Come on.
This is the immediate goal. This ain't the forever goal. It's the immediate goal that I am so happy and grateful that I'm sponsoring 10 new partners in my business, in my Be Epic business every day, daily. Like, what is the business? Very specific. You told me, stop just putting stuff in the air. Put it in there, put it out there in the atmosphere. Be specific about what you want. Right. And so literally, this is the $1 million play. And it's right there where I could see it. It's the first thing I see. It's hanging on my doors in my bedroom. It's hanging on the doors before you go outside here. When I come in from the garage, it's the first thing that I see, because I am retraining my brain to only see what we're manifesting. Period.
I was doing a training with I do a lot of trainings with myself yesterday, and I was training, thinking about the law of intentionality, being intentional, and we've trained on it a lot. But something happens when you have your mind made up on something. And when your mind is made up on something and you would never stop, I am convinced that if I ask you, this is where everyone has to get their mind to. I'm convinced if I ask you, Nina, $100,000 a month is cool. There's people who have cash flow of $10 million a month. And that'll happen for us if that's what we're manifesting. If I ask you, would you go until? I know 100% that you would go until. You don't have a time stamp on how long you're going to give the best that you got. And people that don't have a time step on how long they will give the best that they can, they always end up colliding with what it is that they desire faster than everyone else. But it's simply because we would go longer. I would never stop and do what? Like, there's nothing else to do. $50,000 a month. You are 50. How old are you?
51. I'm 51.
51 years old. There are women on here right now. We got a whole $25,000 to $10,000 play. People don't understand the psychology of the system. You know, I also want to tell you I appreciate you, because I know that even that whole thing, it's not really your style. You know how to move the $400 and $500, but you always do your best to just see what I'm talking about. And even before I can finish what I'm talking about, you already on it. Like when you sent me the flyer yesterday, I'm like, dig, I didn't even finish explaining what you catch it and you go with it. What these 10,000 people for the month of August, we're not asking you to catch anything besides catch how we feel. And Nina, I think that the reason why you had your biggest month in network marketing last month, it's not so much that I've taught you so much, because your dad's a bishop. It is that you catch my energy and I catch yours. And so it's not necessarily that people need new revelation about something, although you get it, but you believe that I believe what I'm saying to you. And because you believe what I believe that I'm saying to you, it's easy for you to act upon it, because your teachability index is big. And that's why I told you when I talked to you, I remember when we were at the ANMP and you came in my room late at night. I'm not going to tell our whole conversation. And you basically just asked me a question. And I said, girl, as soon as your atmosphere is clear, like, I wouldn't be surprised if you would be the #1 female earner in network marketing with the skill and the hustle that you have. You're not afraid to work. And my responsibility with you, because I know what my assignment is to keep your atmosphere clear. You don't need, you could score 100 points, but I'm going to keep your atmosphere clear because you have it all inside of you already. My point of saying that is for anyone that is listening to what we're talking about. What Nina, if you want a $50,000 a month, a $50,000 a month in network marketing, and I hope everyone screenshots this, because in the next 6 months you'll get a text that she did 100,000 in a month. I'm telling you, because I'm going to keep the atmosphere clear for that to happen. What it is that Nina is she's very accomplished. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. She's good. She's just really, really good, right? Like I said, if I could describe Nina in one phrase, I would say you can't put a saddle on a bull. And when I heard them say that about Dennis Rodman with the Bulls, why the Bulls were so good had everything to do with Dennis Rodman as well. That's what you remind me of, because you can't put you in a box, because if you try to, then you won't understand you. But my mom taught me to be able to see people's personalities. And I just knew that you were a one of a kind. And because you're one of a kind, no one's never seen nobody like you before. So then when you try to understand you, you'll lose you. But if people just let you do you, you're in the gym at 5:30. You show up every day. You're more consistent than anybody that I've ever met in my entire life. And so for the people that are watching this, and then I'm going to let you have your moment, because now I'm talking, because I feel like this is my money.
No, it's your win. It's our win.
I am so excited for you, because I know you deserve it. And I know that I've been in situations before where the honor that was supposed to be given to me, it wasn't. And everything it just wasn't clear, wasn't real and genuine. And I'm just so happy for you, because I know that with or without our partnership, you would do it anyways. But I just know that with the atmosphere clear, how much faster it's going to come for you. I want to say this, what I can identify with Nina's personality, and then I'm going to let you close it out, because obviously I already went over, but I'm sure people need to hear this. When Nina and me partnered together, Nina adapted the capacity for my vision. Like she never questioned. I've seen you sometimes on the FaceTime when I'm explaining something to you, and you'll give me a look. And I know then that means I need to explain it a little deeper what I'm saying. But even if you didn't even get it completely what I was trying to say, you would activate on it faster than me. Like I would say it, and before I know it, you were already on social media working it. I'm like, wait a minute, slow down. I'm trying to say something. If you're listening to this and you are 50, 45, 30, 100, it doesn't matter. Age is irrelevant when it comes to what God is able to do. What you have to have in this season, so you can send a text like this to me or to Nina or to one of your coaches, whoever you're honored to work with, you got to listen for the energy that someone's saying something in, more so than in the comprehension. Because everything that someone says to you sometimes won't be comprehended quickly, but if you trust their energy and they're genuine with what it is that they're saying, you're going to get the result. Nina, in the month of August, we'll put 10,000 people in the system. Okay. We'll put 10,000 people in the system. Thanks. When we put the 10,000 people in the system, it'll be about 100 people that catch the revelation of what I'm saying. You're not looking for the details. You're looking for the energy. I believe that there are going to be 100 people that come in the month of August. And by the time we end this year, they're going to be making $10,000 a month. What you're really good at, and why before we end the year, you'll make $100,000 a month. You're not looking for the details. I'm looking for the energy. I'm just looking for the energy. And when we change from looking for the comprehension of these visions that we've never tapped into before, the manifestation of it comes quicker. And so I'm just super excited for these 10,000 people. Real quick, $50,000 a month, $50,000, and you'll be at $100,000 very, very soon. Like it's just like how we're growing. It's just insane. What could you say? What should they do? How can they activate the next 90 days? What do they have to do, Nina?
So one of the things that I believe that I am really great with when it comes to our partnership and building the business is when you start to speak, I listen with my spiritual ear, not with my flesh ear.
Right.
It's spiritual. It's immediately It's all spiritual. And then another one of the things that I believe I'm very good at is that I am able to pivot well. And I don't get stuck in a moment.
Mm.
I know that if we go, if you know, sometimes when you're driving your vehicle, and you believe you know the way to a place, sometimes en route there's a detour that is just a detour. You can't control it,
Can't
right?
control it.
And I don't get angry at the detour. Sometimes flustered, right?
Yes.
Because we're humans.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't get paralyzed at the
Yes.
detours.
Right.
I brace myself and I'll say, okay, how can we now shift directions to get to the same goal? The goal has not changed.
No, it has not.
It just means I never played. I played volleyball, y'all. I mean, that's about it, right? But I've always been around sports because I'm the only girl, and I understand sports. I understand basketball. That a basketball player cannot. He sometimes when he got to pass the ball, you got to pivot your foot, but you can't lift it, right?
Right.
And all I do is when you call the audible, I'm like, okay, I've become a good wide receiver, right? I've become, it doesn't matter what and the thing is, I've also learned that sometimes we've got to learn to play many positions, right? And the thing is, I'm not only looking for, I hope y'all hearing this in the spirit, what Be Epic or you, Tanisha, can do for me.
Right.
I'm also looking at what do I bring? What do I lend? What do I offer? My goal for you was to take the yoke off of you.
Yes.
How do I relieve this burden? How do I hold your arms up so that you can go get clear with God?
Yes.
What you need to do so that we got this back here, but you needed someone that you could entrust that had your same energy and capacity to lead so that people are not wandering astray while you're hearing from God. So anything, you guys, I think you got to understand that I also see this as a business. This is not a hustle, even though I say words like I'm a hustler, baby. Oh, or this is a side hustle. Because for some people, this is. I understand what this is. But because I understand that this is a business, I put my business panties on, right? And my business bootstraps on and not my emotional bootstraps. And I understand audibles have to be called. Politics have to be played. Like literally, this is business. But at the end of the day, because I also 100% know your pure heart, I know that even if you said or did something that wasn't right, that we can talk about it.
Right.
Good thing that the line of communication is open. And even though other leaders have said that to me, Stanisha, it has not been, because the moment that I went to have a conversation, it killed the entire relationship. The one thing that I will say that I'm very grateful for, Paul and I say this all the time, is that I am able to build here and I'm not on defense.
Right.
I'm not on defense. I'm not on defense because you're secure in who you are as a networker. You're secure in who you are as a believer. You're secure in who you are as a woman. You're secure. And you genuinely want, first of all, it makes you look good that you've got other people that look good, right?
Absolutely.
It makes you look like a better leader. But because you genuinely have no aught in your heart, you have no animosity, no ego, no nothing. That is what makes it even more clear. So for those of you who are looking and you're saying, how in the heck? How in the heck? Be impeccable with your word. Be impeccable with your word. If you say you're going to do something, do it. The one thing Stanisha knows is if I say something's going to come to pass, she don't even have to ask a second time. If I say it, I don't care what goes on. She could be, y'all, there are times Tanisha's 3 hours behind me and I'm still up getting it done. Because I said I would.
Yes.
Because I said I would. So be impeccable with your word. Have integrity. Know beyond a shadow of a doubt that once you're clear with what you want, most people are not having success because they really aren't clear with what they want. I am super clear. And the moment that you are clear with your goals, then God is saying, oh, that's what you want, daughter? Because the Bible says, seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask and it shall be given unto you. I ask, I speak, I seek, right? And because I ask, I speak and seek. And then because faith without works is dead, and then I go do the work, right? As I'm doing the work, not waiting for God to answer
Right.
as I'm doing the work. So ladies and gentlemen, get clear with what you want. Be
Mhm.
impeccable with your words, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Follow the play. Follow the play.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Coming from someone that biggest month in 5 months, 50,000 for the month, 51, three, four kids, four
Four
kids,
children, two grandkids.
grandkids, like everything about it is so incredible. What most people get stuck on is that even you're clear, and it's been 10 years and most people aren't clear. But the thing about it is, there go one of them. And the thing about it is this: when you're not clear, latch on to someone who is. Okay. When you're not clear and you like, life got so much going, I don't even know where to start to get clear. Then the secret is to latch on to someone who is. Because if you think about it, uh, you can buy into someone else's vision and someone else's goal and reap the harvest of it. Elijah did it with Elijah, right? So a lot of you may be confused right now and not have any idea where in the heck you can start to position yourself for $50,000 a month, $50,000 a month at the age of 51 years old. Some of you are 70 and you think it's too late. No, the key will be, are you connected to someone that is clear? And the problem is, Nina, when people connect with people that are clear, they start reasoning with that person's clarity with the level of success they've had. If someone has had more success than you and they call a play, like what Nina just said, when they call the play, we're not reasoning with how you figured out what you figured out. We're gonna do the play, right? And so, and just like I'll use this part in the Bible, when the disciples were trying to cast out the demon and they couldn't, and Jesus said, "Well, this type of deliverance only comes through prayer and fasting." Well, if the disciples had said, "But why praying and fasting though? I'll do the praying, but I'm not going to do the fasting, or I'll do the fasting, but I'm not going to do the prayer." Well, the law states, according to the person who was clear, Jesus was clear that this is how you cast out demons. So you don't get to pick or choose. That's why a lot of successful people, you have to be humble. And as soon as you lose your humbleness, you stop winning. You have to be humble because you have to be receptive of what the play is. I like how you said you have to play multiple positions, because you do. I've had to play multiple positions when it comes to you. I remember when we first started out, because I mean, you absolutely killed a leaderboard. You're always at the top. And I've been that type of person too. But when your position came in, it's not that I fell back on recruiting. You know, I was working. That's why we cool.
Right.
But I had to play my position for a second, because other than that, we wouldn't been able to serve each other on the capacity that we know how. Like the only way to get to the top is you have to have wisdom to deal with the people. All of us have diamonds that are around us. The question is, do you know how to shine the diamond properly? And so when I had a conversation, I was like, all right, like I've called Nina, like, hey, you stay on the board. Like we call plays with each other. Even this month, and Nina told me, well, like this month you got to do something. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'm gonna hit. So I'm saying this to say, for the clarity of you to have your biggest month in network marketing. For some people, Nina, it'll be $500. Some
Right.
people probably have had their biggest month, and you're watching everybody else and you're not paying attention to what it's creating for you in the spiritual realm. Some people's biggest month will be $100. We want to celebrate that, because the month of August, I said it on July 31st, this will be the month where people will have their biggest income month that they've ever had in their life. And what a better way for you to start this with your biggest month in network marketing. And as we go through the rest of the month, I don't care if your biggest month in network marketing is $200. I don't care if it's $25. I don't care if it's $1 million. But the month of August will be your biggest month. But the responsibility that you have so that you can send a check like Nina did for 50, 40, like that, somebody that's going to take them 2 years to get that.
I think I'm gonna put that up. I was like, I have green diamond on my phone, but I got my second phone. I'm just gonna make sure I just keep that one sitting
Come
right
on.
there up on the screen. Like, and
because I hope
I need to say this. You didn't stop working. You shifted your responsibility.
Absolutely.
You played your position, right? Because sometimes the center got to play center. You got to play big. But your check still is big, right? Your check, because we're not gonna lowercase your G. Okay. Right. I need y'all to understand, okay, that this sister, and she didn't even tell me with her humble self until I saw it in the newsletter. I said, hold up. And I screenshot it. I wasn't even celebrating mine. I was celebrating her screen. And I put a circle around her over $250,000. So y'all don't know, Stanisha be making me talk about mine. And I'd be like, no, I'm not going. No, you're going to say something, Nina, because people, but let's not, even when you shifted and played your part, I want people to understand you still are winning big. If people could understand that it doesn't mean you're going to not win. It means that you win bigger when you're able to play the position you belong in.
Come on. And it goes in seasons.
It goes in seasons. A center should not be bringing the ball up. He's not a point guard. A point guard, but sometimes he might have to, even though most times he's looking to dish that ball quickly. Okay, you guys? So I just want you to understand, I need you to hear that. Like, it ain't shabby. Okay?
Nina, but we...
No, sis.
No, we right here. Right here.
Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know that was not really about your income. It was about the fact that as long as we play our part, we're still going to get what God has for us. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We're still going to get what God has for us. What God has for us is for us. Can no man or woman, no nothing, take what God has for you. However, when you're planted in the right soil, in the right environment, then and only then can you really thrive in the way that God has designed for your life and for your business. And so I hope y'all caught some of some things are taught and some things are caught. Most things are caught.
Y'all gotta catch
this.
Here's the play. We about to get off of here. Nina, here's the play, right? Because what we're going to be celebrating, we're going to be bringing lives to you. You know what? We didn't even check. Some of you guys probably had your biggest month in network marketing last month. Go pay attention to how much you've made. This is what I want to say. I'm going to give you 3 steps to lead with if you want to text your upline or your coach to say that August was your biggest month. Number 1, make sure that whoever you're listening to is clear, period. Like, you're listening to a feeling. I know you can't listen to a feeling, but I want you to listen for a feeling. The feeling that you're listening to is the clarity that they believe what they're saying, because a lot of you just aren't clear yet, but you got to get around someone that is clear. The second thing that you have to do is you have to be extremely teachable and coachable. It might not make sense to you. Me and Nina do a lot of things differently, but what is the same is the desire to win, right? So there's things that I've had to pivot and do where I'm like, Nina, and she's like, no, just trust me. There's things that she has to do where I'm like, I promise you, if you, and you can just feel that they're serious about what they're saying. You have to be coachable. For once in your life, I hope that you leave what you know to get what you've never had before. Nina, I know that the law of being connected to someone so clear and then following what they say works so well. I hired me some coaches because I was clear to a level, but I wanted to get clearer past what I've been clear before. And the information that I received, there was times where my intelligence would reason with, maybe that ain't the best way to do it. But I said, you know what? She has what I have. I think I'm going to listen. Just think I'm going to listen. And my career has exploded from that. So get with someone that's clear. Do exactly what they say every single day. And number 3, you have to know that this is my motto, that any version of you is already inside of you. So the day that Nina sends me a text to let me know that she made $500,000 for the month, that version of Nina is sitting on the StreamYard right now. She just got to pull it out of her. The same version of Nina that texted me that she made $1 million for the month. That version of Nina is inside of her right now. That version of you for $10,000 a month or $1,000, it's inside of you, but you have to pull it out. And so what God does is he makes you connect with people who have the tools to speak. It's not that see, this is where leaders go wrong because they try to take ownership for people's success. Anybody that becomes anything, it's because of them. No one can take ownership of your success. But he connects you with people. That was the point I was trying to make of the law of intentionality. The law of intentionality, what it does is once you set up in your mind for something, God himself goes out and find the pieces and the tools that you need to bring it to life. A lot of people can't get clear because they don't know what tools they're supposed to have. That's not your responsibility. David said in Psalms, where there's mentorship, there is safety. Your only job is to get clear. And there's a season where you have to be connected with people who are clear. And at the clearer they get, it's like they move the weeds out of your life. So some people are dealing with relationship issues, their kids, their money. But a mentor that is clear, they make a path for you. And all of a sudden, as the path get clears, you start to get clear. And as you start to get clear and you listen to what it is that they're telling you and you believe this, and Nina, I'm going to let you close it, that any version of you is inside of you right now. You're already good enough. You're already smart enough. You're already pretty enough. You're already, all those different things are already, it's here already. So stop looking to become something. Be that thing that you are, because the first appearance is spiritual. So you might not have all of these things, but if you seek the kingdom, which is inside of you, like Jesus said, these things will be added to you. But the question is, in the internal side of you, what are you actually seeking? Nina was seeking to have her biggest month in network marketing. Nina's seeking for $1 million a month. If the income, network marketing has changed so much. First, it was that if you made $10,000 a month, you were rich. Then it went to 50,000. Then it went to 100,000. Now you got to hit $1 million a month. But I love it. The reason why I love it is because someone is clear and they're clearing the path and they're making you say, well, shoot, if $1 million a month is possible, then that's what I'm going for too.
Because Roger Bannister did it for us. There's something else you said, and I promise I'm going to close after this. Be extremely coachable and teachable. Do what they say, but you also have to do what they do. It's not just about doing what we say. It's doing what we do. And I'll never forget, you guys. There was one time I called Tanisha and I was like, well, why you didn't get that? Why you didn't tell me you was putting that up? And she said, well, I just assumed you was going to do it. And I was like, wow, you ain't never got to say that to me again. So a lot of times, y'all, and, I make sure that I don't word for word copy what she posts and all of that, because I don't want to steal her algorithm. But the reality of it is in order to have the success because you've done more than me. We've had massive success, but you've done more than me. You've already earned it. I want what you've had already, because you're going past that already. So it's not even now. I don't just do what you say. I actually do what you do. I do what I do and I do what you do, which sometimes does feel like, but you know what? In order for me to have what I've never had before, I've got to be willing to do what I've never, ever. I want
you to talk about that though, because people probably don't believe that. There are things that I do where for you, because we are different. I mean, come on, I'm 36. I'm 30. I'll be 37. I'm 36. She's 51. You got 4 kids. I don't have, we have different lives. So it is that you are just being, and me too, that we have to be coachable and open. And there are times where it's like, this don't make no sense to me, but I'll do it. Is that not to explain that to people? That's how it goes.
That's the thing. I'm not thinking, because when you start trying to, is that going to get this result? And is that person going to like what and is this person going to, I don't think, I just do. I'm like Nike, just do it, and do it, and do it. And do it, and it's, I don't think. And so when you call the audible, or when I see you do something, just like when you saw that I post my phone number and text blah, 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 that wore you out. You were like, Nina, I ain't putting my number up. And I was like, do it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
You were like, no, I said, pick one of them phones,
Sure did.
put that number up, and
You sure
watch
did.
what happens.
You sure
People
did.
in this day and age want to know that they're talking to a real person.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Even if they don't stay on the phone with you after that, they
Yes.
still want to know that you were a real person.
Yes,
And
you
so
did.
it's the same way that she was like, I'm not putting my phone number up. And I was like, just
Yes,
do it.
you did. Yes,
Like
you
it's the
did.
same thing both ways. I'm like,
Yes.
we about to post that.
Yeah.
Inbox. I don't do inboxes. Man, I don't do messaging. What? 25, 30? Girl, I'm about to get blocked. And I am blocked. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Well, I'm not blocked now. I'm unblocked. But that lets you know when a person is blocked, you're saying, oh, then she really did do it. Because if there's no way that we're all running this play,
come on,
and you ain't got blocked yet.
Come on.
Way.
Wait.
No way.
No, wait.
No way.
Wait. No
way.
seriously. Oh my God.
No way. If
That's
you
what
didn't get blocked in the inbox yet, there's no way that you are doing what we instructing you to do.
Nina, come on.
If you're doing what we've instructed you to do, you're getting blocked because we got blocked. You're getting blocked because that same message has been going through the inboxes over and over and over and over again. You're not doing it. I don't care if you work on the phones all day long. What are you doing when you get off? Send them.
Can I say something?
Come on.
Yeah. If you're not blocked yet, you just literally not doing what we said. What I like is that you said something because the thing is, Nina is successful in her own right. She doesn't have to listen to anything that I say. The fact that you made over $50,000 last month, and then I come out and say, well, this is what we're doing for the month of over 60. Okay. Over 60. The fact that we can call a play, it's not her style. Like, I want to, because for all of you guys that are about to be part of the 10,000 people in August, what I said is not her style. She ain't done okay. No, it's not her style. That's why she said, I'm going to be, but you know what? It's not my style. But if we're going to keep the atmosphere clear to win, I'm going to do exactly what you said. So she pivoted. You don't even like $25 anything. She even called me like, I said, no, do it. Did you not?
I did. So wait, here's the deal. No, honestly, but I want y'all to understand, even though it's not my style, I am doing it with a spirit of gratitude, with the energy that's like, it's not just that I'm doing it.
Right.
I'm doing it without murmuring, without groaning, with no complaining. And even when I got blocked last night, guess what I did? I pivoted, but let me tell y'all what I did to get on her nerves. I needed to get a message to somebody. So I had to put her in it. The only way I could send a message was a three-way. She was like, Nina, she called me like, what is going on? And I was like, well, I couldn't send a message, but I needed to close this girl out.
So tip, when you blocked, if you have 2 Facebook pages, I add myself. I learned that from Nina yesterday. I add my other account in, and then whoever messages me, I'll message them in a group chat when you block. That's the key. And that we'll talk about that inside of the 25.
That's great training to know.
Yeah. But
the attitude in which you do it in as well. So do it.
It's all spiritual.
Attitude. It's all spiritual. So in my mind, so here's the deal, y'all. That is not my style, right? But let me explain something to y'all. Social media wasn't my style either. I was an in-person person. I was an in-person, like I needed to be in the front of the rooms and in the hotel meetings and in the living rooms and in the dens and right? But when COVID came, we had to pivot. So COVID came, we were forced to pivot. I became a social media person, right, y'all? But I am still a social media person who prefers what we call attraction marketing.
Yes.
But if we're pivoting now to putting 10,000 people in the system, this to me is like COVID is happening. And because COVID is happening, right, we're pivoting now I'm not going to stop doing attraction marketing. I'm going to add copy and paste.
Come on.
I'm not changing who I am. I'm expanding who I am. I'm
Mm,
enlarging who I am. And
mm.
when Gloria Mayfield, my mom, my auntie, right? My
Come
auntie,
on.
my mentor, said, remember your capacity.
Come on.
You saw it. I broke out in tears.
Come on.
I had the breakthrough I needed. I have the capacity to be all things. I don't have
Come
to be
on.
just an attraction marketer.
Come
I
on.
can be a copy and paster too. It's not one or the other. It's and.
You know, it's funny you say, I was just on the phone with somebody and their style is different than mine. And I said, well, I'm a chameleon. I literally just said this before. I said, well, I'm a chameleon. So whatever we're doing, I can adjust and do it exactly. However, because the vision's still the same, are they in the system or not? And she said, okay. So it's funny you're saying that because I'm a chameleon too. What we doing? Like, do we got to get dressed up? Do we have on active clothes? Are we copy and pasting? Are we doing Facebook Lives? Are we reading
blazer
books?
with a hoodie? Yeah, right.
Remember your capacity.
And when she said that, I literally had like a sitting in a room. I broke out in tears and I was like, there's it. That is the one. See, had I decided I wasn't going to Philly, the one where the woman with the issue of blood just wanted to, if I could just get through, if I could just touch the hem, if I could just
Did I not say don't miss Philly because of the transfer of courage? Not so much new revelation, but you need some people who are clear and confident so you can get just as clear. It's all spiritual. It's not technical.
I felt like I was watching myself on stage. When Gloria Mayfield Banks was talking, there was nothing different between she and I. She just has gone farther than I had.
It out of her.
She's pulling it out now. And I was like, I swear that people were texting me like, I swear, Nina, this is like you on the stage. Her mannerisms, the way she delivers her speech, everything about her. Literally, Paul was like, Nina, God is showing you.
Yes.
He's showing you. And then she said, all you got to do is remember your capacity.
That was for you, huh?
Oh, because I have the capacity to do it all. I'm not just an attraction marketer. No, I'm going to do it all. And
you're not just a mom, you're not just a wife, you can become all things.
You can be all things. And you guys are trying to figure out, well, how can I go do Be Epic? No, I don't go do Be Epic. I don't go do the business. I am the business. I am. When I walk out the door, I'm the queen.
What are you talking about?
That's what you're talking about.
Come on.
I got a story to tell, as Biggie would say, right? And I got a story to tell, and I'm telling it everywhere, right? That I'm a girl from the hood with no college degree, who had a baby at 15, who had to stand in front of the church and confess my sins. Y'all, whose first marriage ended in divorce in a way that I thought I was going to lose my mind. I didn't want to live. I wanted to walk in front of a bus. I wanted to fall down some steps, but God spared my life for you today to hear my story so that you know that the same God that delivered me, the same God that's keeping me, the same God that's blessing me, the same God is the same God that wants to do it for you if you believe. And when you realize and recognize, I have the capacity, I'm going to remember the capacity, and everything that God has given you, you already need inside of you. So if you stutter. Say it with stutter. If you can't remember stuff like me, write it down. Write the vision.
Talk about that.
Remember stuff.
Tell the story.
Remember, and I told Stanisha, I don't know, I'm not the kind of person who gets on stage and
I don't know about when you used to be in church and you would sing.
Yes, and I wouldn't talk because I was like, well, I sing, I don't talk because I don't talk like my brother who sounds like sum cum laude. And I was comparing myself to him. And you know what freed me up? Cindy Trim.
Come on, girl.
Dr. Cindy Trim has to read her messages. And I said, Lord, if I could just get a portion of what she got. But then I said, wait a minute. And she reads her, literally, she got notes. She goes back to it like, hold on, let me get my glasses. Let me read. And I realized that who I am doesn't matter. That my father and my brother, certainly, they can get up, they going to recite it like they.
Yeah.
I don't do that. But it didn't make my message any less powerful.
Come on.
or any less, didn't dull the message.
Sure
The
didn't.
message is who you are. It's whose you
No.
are. Shine your light, y'all, and be comfortable in the skin that God has given you. I almost didn't want to lead worship because I didn't run like Kiki Sheard. I didn't
Mm.
run like Yolanda Adams, but I'm anointed. And when you
Yes.
understand that you're anointed to do a thing, and you understand that you're just as effective in a different kind of way, I am the Nina Moore. I got a group of people that need to hear my voice. Stanisha has a group of people that need to hear her voice, but together.
Come on.
But together,
Come on.
see, that's why the enemy was trying to, he was
Mm.
mad. He was big mad when the
Mm.
two of us got together, because
Oh,
together
yeah.
we
Come
are
on.
a force to be reckoned with. So I'm going
Come
to say this to all of y'all that are watching. And I know that perhaps you've been in companies where you didn't have success.
on.
I
Mhm.
know that you've been in companies where leadership, right? Guess what? The reality,
Nina.
they may
Nina.
not have, no, I'm saying it because they may not have known how to lead. That's why I'm saying that, not because I'm like dogging. Not everybody knows how to lead or has the capacity to lead. And
That's true.
sometimes you guys have made decisions to join with people because you were like, I'm gonna do this because I'm her friend and I want to support her. And I'm in this season, make a business decision. In this season, make you a priority. And
Uh-oh.
season, get very clear on what you want. Write the vision, make it plain. And in this season, stop talking yourself out of your birthright. 24.95, forget about it. Are you serious right now?
Come on. Come on.
On the beach like, and y'all ain't want to give us 24.95, right? Because
No,
listen,
you talking.
I'm serious. So get with the person that might have tagged you to this video seriously, because I don't have a degree. I don't, everything that I know, God gave it to me. God gave it to you. He downloads, because we're 100%. Oh, our ears are pressed to his lips. That's all I know. I don't know anything else, but our ears are pressed to his lips. And when Paul looks at me sometimes, and he's looking like, where did that come from? And I'm like, only God can download that kind of stuff, into us. So this is the clarion call.
Mm.
We're sounding the alarm.
Come on.
Don't have regret, because here's the deal. These 10,000 people that are going to come into the system this 30 days, this next 30 days, not 90 and 90 days. Can you imagine what's going to happen? But this next 10,000 people that's coming into the system in the month of August, they're either going to go above you or beneath you.
Mm.
That's your choice.
Mm.
Timing is paramount. It's so urgent right now that you got to move with a sense of urgency. And if you don't think that you're worth $24.95, I'm here to tell you that maybe you need to be driven by a health decision, right? That perhaps, I'm 51, y'all. She's 36. I'm 51. I want you to understand, too many times we're saying, I would just die for my kids. I am urgent. I like with a sense of urgency. Stop wanting to die for them and live for them.
Come on.
Maybe it's that you're in debt right now and you can't even think your way out. I get it. I've been there. I've been there. I am telling you right now, go borrow $24.95. It'll be $25, whatever it is. It'll be the best decision that you've ever made. You just got to join forces with us and send the doggone video. Send it. That's all. So we're going to pass the plate right now.
Yes. Yes. No,
let's open the doors to the church.
We're already in 2024. I'm in 2024, and God puts people in your life to move the weed out of the way so that you can see where you can go. First, you're able to see where you can go. And then after you're able to see where you can go, you have the intention to get there, and somehow you end up there. So listen, Nina, congratulations. Big network marketing, absolutely insane. Woo! She's starting it off for the rest of this organization for the month of August to be the biggest. Look at that, y'all. I'm trying to make the darn screen. I got the text. Let me see. Where is this text at from you? It's right here. Guys, if you want to have to send this to your upline ones, that is part of her check. Some people will work their entire year for this amount of money, and that's what she made, being clear, I'm going to wave it across. Just tell God to go ahead and transfer that over to you. Okay. And it is going to happen. It's going to happen by you being coachable and teachable. So, Nina, congratulations. I'm super excited. You know, we're about to get to work today, about to put 20 or 30 people in the system today. You should be in part in the group. Whoever showed you the video, if they're sharing it from YouTube, wherever they see it at, get into the system. Let's work this thing. And the number one thing you're going to fight against is your mind to convince you that it's not going to happen for you. But I promise you it will. Nina, congratulations. I'm super excited to be working with you. Let's go make some more money.
Woo! Thank you.